everyone in this country in order to be won the last election.
Nigerians came out in millions to support the Obedient movement and Labour Party. We dashed their hope.
I know Peter Obi very well. I know him very well.
No single state in northern Nigeria will vote Peter Obi for 2027 presidential election.
That was an act of manipulation that made the result to go the way it went.
We failed them. We couldn't defend the vote.
And you see, what I don't like is people playing to the gallery.
It is stupidity to play fair in a system rigged against you.
If your biological father disowns you publicly, you know what that means? Do you know what it means?
But it will be a hot thing. I prefer a candidate that I know what he says is what we do.
I said to myself that that young man needs to be immediately taken to the psychiatric hospital.
You believe
Yeah?
that Peter Obi won the election in 2023?
That is a past tense.
No,
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News, Gist and Blog. We have news for you guys. No, not news, we have gist for you guys. I want you guys to watch this particular video of Isaac Balami, what he said about Peter Obi. You know he was in Labour Party and Obidient. Immediately they stole Peter Obi mandate, he just decamped and go to APC and now he's supporting Balami Tinubu. But I want you guys to watch his reason. We'll be right back.
That was part of what virtually everybody who left talked about. But I've said one thing that maybe people are not listening. I have made up my mind not to belong to any movement that cannot stand their ground and do what is right and win elections. Nigerians came out in millions to support the Obedient movement and Labour Party. We dashed their hope. We failed them. We couldn't defend the vote. Common agent we couldn't raise. We couldn't pay the agent, even though the
because
monies
you
were
have
raised.
sat here and said
Exactly.
that you believe
Yeah?
that Peter Obi won the election in 2023.
That is a past tense.
No, it's not past tense. I'm asking.
I said I believe the yes.
You
I said
you
I
said
believe,
you
but we couldn't
believed
prove
that.
it. We couldn't prove it.
Yeah,
Uncle Charles.
but you said you believed that. So
Uncle
that
Charles,
meant
what do you
that
expect? What do you expect for somebody who was a deputy campaign manager of a party that gave out? I gave my all.
So basically,
I gave
you
my all.
lied then if you said that Peter Obi won, and now you're saying that he did. You don't believe he won. I'm trying to understand.
No,
what you're
you see,
saying.
these are two separate things. Whether he win or I am telling you here that we went to court and we had no from EC agents because we had no agents.
Yeah, but there's a place I'm going to.
And I put my resources.
There's a place I'm
hold
going
on,
to.
I
with
put
that.
my, you have to listen to this, please. I put my resources, call the top 12 campaign support organizations, raised almost 300,000 support groups, put my resources, organized a training for the agents, and the party and the campaign council showed no interest. Then election came, there was no agent to give up from EC8As. Then you're telling me now that I should stick to that platform that doesn't believe in structure or doesn't believe in logical way of doing things.
I'm not telling you
Exactly,
what to do.
exactly.
I mean, it's not my place
these
to
are
tell
part of
you
the
what
major
to do.
reasons why
you've made your decisions.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this is simple. You said after the elections, you sat where you're sitting and you said that you believe that Peter Obi won the 2023
and then we went to court.
Presidential, let me just make the point,
Yeah.
2023 presidential election. And the upshot of what you were saying is that he was essentially turfed out of that victory, conned out of that victory. And as the upshot of what you were saying is that the person who is in power at the moment was the architect of that turfing out of Peter Obi. Whatever happened to that thing that you spoke so that you spoke about as a principled position that you had taken? That has now disappeared.
No,
and
principle has
and
nothing to do with who won and who did not win. The court.
So this
proved that.
is a pragmatic decision on your part.
No. You see, the court proved that. We, after the election, surprisingly, I was the only person who bought 2 cows and went to Unity Fountain here and mobilized 1,000 people. The same leadership of the Obedient movement say we shouldn't protest.
What did you do with the cows?
Because we had to feed people to protest.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought in sound and stage.
Makes me hungry to think about the cows.
Immediately. So if there was anybody who was even challenging, he said, no, don't protest, we'll go to court. And I obediently followed him. We went to court. You can see pictures and images of how we were in court.
So he failed you, basically, because he didn't provide the sort of structure that you needed.
If Labour Party had listened to the advice,
that you have
if
done.
the Obedient Campaign Council had listened to the advice of late Dr. Doyin Okupe, and what we did as support groups, we will have known if we won or not by proving from EC8As. Uncle Charles, we had no evidence, we had no proof. And 1 year after that whole election, no evidence of putting that structure in place. I don't want to go into discussion about what the Obedient is doing and the crisis in the Obedient. Everybody have their own challenges in life, and including in our families. I'm just here to tell you that I have seen the light and I'm following the light.
You listen to what he said. In another video, I watched this Sky Truth TV when this particular man said, of a truth, Balami Tinubu snatched Peter Obi vote. Peter Obi won the elections, and I want you guys to listen to his own opinion. We'll be right back.
Everyone in this country know that Obi won the last election. That was an act of manipulation that made the result to go the way it went. There are more shocking things you know about in Nigeria. This one is just like icing on the cake, and they say it's more shocking. There are more shocking things. Do you know, as a member, that before I could move a motion in the floor of the House, I have to write to the Speaker of the National Assembly?
You have to write to the Speaker before you can move a motion.
And you know, even if you want to move such a motion, once the Speaker identifies you that there is an intent for such, and they will go against what they stand for, you cannot stand up in the House and speak until the Speaker permits you to do so. That is the law.
They blacklist you.
If you can put your hand like this in front of the Speaker, you will call somebody behind your back.
So whether I saw the car you came in or not, Nigerians knows the cars that are being shared to House of Rep members like you, and we know the cost of these cars. Now, what Nigerians are asking is, does it make sense that in a country where over 150 million people are living in multidimensional poverty, soldiers are receiving 100,000 naira as salaries and teachers are receiving 70,000 naira as salaries, does it make sense that those we elected to represent us, who've seen this poverty, are driving such executive cars?
So what you're saying is that the National Assembly members don't even get as much money as the public believe they do.
The President have released through the budget 1 billion to us twice in budget. Not released, budgeted and approved by the Assembly. Was implemented? No. Zero implementation. People are still being owed 2024 contracts.
So what exactly is the work of the National Assembly when such budget is submitted for your
when
oversight?
The budget
is it you people don't investigate anything?
When you don't investigate the establishment of such an agency.
That you people have become so powerless, or that majority of the members in that green chamber are being fed with a badu and corn that they can no longer talk?
Now, let me tell you something that you don't know.
Now, you're listening to what he said on Kaya Truth. Everybody believed that Peter Obi won that 2023 elections. Most people also say that Peter Obi was too weak to fight for his mandate. For that reason, most formidable force that was on front line supporting Peter Obi were really angry, and they left. Person like Kenneth Okonkwo and the rest. On the other hand, I want you guys to watch this particular video of Arewa Youth Leader. Arewa Youth Leader clearly stated that Peter Obi does not have even a single chance of becoming president in 2027. That all the Arewa youths are going to support Balami Tinubu simply because Peter Obi not comes here. Peter Obi is supposed to come and see him and explain to him why he wants to contest in 2027 election. That Peter Obi knows that only the North can make him president. Without the North, he will never be president. That Peter Obi needs to... Anyway, I want you guys to watch.
Peter Obi should count Northern Nigeria out of his campaign zone. No single state in Northern Nigeria will vote Peter Obi for 2027 presidential election. The reason is this: Peter Obi did not consult us before coming out to campaign or coming out to contest for president in 2027. And Peter Obi did not inform us about his presidential campaign for 2027. So you can never be president in Nigeria without the support of Northern Nigerian youth. So we have no any agreement with Peter Obi. And it is. Peter Obi should know the Northern Nigerian will vote for a presidential candidate who supports President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. And the Northern Nigerian will vote a presidential candidate who supports the Northern Nigerian in 2015. As it is, we have no any agreement with him, and we are not going to support him. And any single state that voted for Peter Obi, we are going to sack and replace the state coordinator. Thank you very much. And I want to use this opportunity to appreciate President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for increasing the salary of the armed forces. As it is today, the Northern Nigerian youth are smiling because the majority of the military today are Northern Nigeria. We are the ones smiling. We appreciate Mr. President for doing that. Thank you very much, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for the salary increasement. Thank you.
When they say some people are really bigots, this is what they meant. Bigotry is just when you want to pick on some certain person, believing that you just hate them for nothing, like stereotyping. Now, Peter Obi is not the only one contesting. We have Atiku, we have Chowore and the rest. Why picking on Peter Obi? Has Bola Ahmed Tinubu come to see you people that he wants to contest? What about Atiku? I've never seen videos of Atiku coming to meet you people that he wants to contest. Why is there everybody that wants to talk, always talk against Peter Obi? Peter Obi become the subject matter in none of you haters month. Why we are still dealing on this Arewa youth leader? I also want you guys to watch what Nessie Wike have to say in all of this. That Peter Obi will never win. He will sweep Anambra, he will sweep FCT, he will win everything. Only him will claim every mandate and give to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I want you guys to watch what he said.
But it will be a hot thing. I prefer a candidate that I know what he says is what we do. I can tell you, can I compare to you? I can tell you. I know Peter Obi very well. I know him very well. And you see, what I don't like is people playing to the gallery. What I'm not used to, what I don't do, or what I've not done, I won't do simply because I want to be in power. I was a governor. I've never attended birthday parties in the IDP camps. I've never. I was a governor. I've never gone to do my birthday with the motherless homes. Simply because you want to be a president, every of your birthday, you go to IDP camp. You go to motherless babies, and people say, oh, this is the type of people we want. No, what I'm trying to say. And you are carried away with that kind of sentiment.
We have to go.
Atiku Abubakar, I know him very well. You heard what his boss said. The man was supposed to give him testimonial. Said it's too bad, it's too bad, it's too bad.
That's a testimonial.
Look, your boss said, look, you're not supposed to. Look, don't Nigerians be careful, don't near there. Your boss says so. What other testimony do you want?
All right.
So this is a man, this is the president. Yes, they have not done everything. No, it's not possible. Within 3 years, okay. But you can see the difference. Yes, it's hurting.
All right.
Thank you so much. Where. So it's not about people who come to, what I've watched people do, channels, arrest. I don't know people whom you call. I begin to ask them about Nigeria. I laugh. I told them what to say. Who is this man?
All right.
What does he know about Nigeria? I see somebody talking about politics every day, talking about people. This is a man who ran presidential as presidential aspirant from Edo. Zero. And it's a man that even will call to comment politically.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That's why this is the only thing we have now. We can use.
I'm sure we will have ample time to talk more about it in subsequent editions of this program. For today, we are done of the hour, so we have to go. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister.
I just want to hear their problem.
You listen to what he's saying. Oh, he don't trust Peter Obi. Peter Obi is just doing everything unnecessary to become president. Things he never does when he was a state governor and none of that. But thank God that Ruben Abati of the Arise TV News have to respond to him. And I want you guys to listen to what Ruben Abati have to say. We'll be right back.
And I like to say that the first question to ask is who is Nyesom Wike in Rivers State politics? To the best of my knowledge, he's just like any other person who is qualified to vote. And as has been pointed out, he has just one vote. He's not in a position to predict or to announce ahead of the fact what the outcome of that election will be. He cannot sit in August 2026 to say that President Tinubu is going to take all the votes in Rivers State, and those who are already calling the election in Rivers State for any other candidate, that they should go and cancel that because it will not happen. He doesn't have that authority. So he's just embarked on a trip of delusion.
Yeah.
And his delusion should be called out for what it is. The only body that is recognized under the laws of Nigeria to declare election results when it takes place is INEC,
Right.
not any other body. And the point about voter apathy, I don't think that this should translate into voter apathy. The people of Rivers State, the voting population of Rivers State, has no obligation to answer to Nyesom Wike. They have the right as citizens, and they have the right to insist on their rights as citizens, and to go out on election day and make their own informed choice. That's what the electoral process is all about. And the electoral body must give them the opportunity to go out and vote and have their say. And any other person, whether it's Wike or his agents or anybody that seeks to violate that process, should be called to question. And that is why INEC itself has been asking for a National Electoral Offenders Commission. So that people who have the kind of delusion, the kind of megalomania, the kind of arrogance that Wike has demonstrated can be called to order. Because this democracy, the duty that we have as citizens is to be vigilant and to defend it. Anybody who says anything to the contrary should be called.
Now, you're listening to what Ruben Abati have to say. I also want you guys to watch this particular video of Bode George. Mr. Bode George, the statesmanship of PDP, came out to talk to Nyesom Wike that Nyesom Wike is not even of, or probably the same age with his first son. That Nyesom Wike, for him to say that, stole River State money to go and buy a house in Abuja. And he said all kinds of things because in that said video when Nyesom Wike was talking to Peter Obi, he also talked down on Bode George. But I want you guys to listen to the response of Bode George to Nyesom Wike. We'll be right back.
Nyesom Wike recently described you as the father of corruption. He also alleged that your Abuja residence was built with funds from Rivers State and challenged you to explain its ownership. What was the reaction when you heard those allegations?
I think I said to myself that young man needs to be immediately taken to the psychiatric hospital. All right? My house in Abuja was bought with funds from Rivers. How? We Rivers. This guy is okay. I wasn't the only one he was abusing. And one question I want to ask. First of all, it's an infra-dignitatem for me to respond to a child who is just about the same age as my child, as my first child. It's an infra-dig. And go and find out about him, what his father did to him, and what did he do to his father. And in Africa, if your biological father disowns you publicly, you know what that means? Do you know what it means? And you want me to respond to him. Respond to him like what?
Maybe
I'm not sorry because I have met his family, I've met his wife, and he's talking absolute rubbish. I didn't even build the house. You know, the house was built, I bought it. And it's still there. So I will go to Rivers, and am I from Rivers State? I'm not like him. And it's an infra dig for me to even listen and touch base with his. And I'm going to sue him to court for all the shenanigans, the thoughtlessness. And I'm sure he was high on something. It's high time this guy in the villa should move away from him. Oh, is an advice. Kadankada, Why you? You don't need him.
I hear
for
you,
anything.
Judge. Just for clarity, and I'm not asking that you respond
Right.
to the FCT minister, but as an elder statesman, I'm sure that you will want that allegation cleared. Are you categorically saying that your property in Abuja has no relationship whatsoever with funds from River State?
How would he have? What has it got to do with the price of milk? It's my house. The agent got it for me, and the owner of the house was also a civil servant, retired. So what has it got to do with River State? Am I from River State? Is River State a bank? For me to go and borrow money? Look, I don't want to talk about these little rats. These are people. Okay, but
despite everything Eyeson Wike has said about you, if by tomorrow the survival of the PDP required both of you sitting across one table, would you do it? Or has that relationship reached a point of no return?
How? He got to a point of where he sunk himself.
Now you have watched the video. Now, I watched this particular video of Adesina. When Adesina were trying to, he was campaigning for Balami Tinubu anyway, because it was not being fair. He said that don't think that you can vote for Peter Obi, that if Obi come to Aso Rock or become the president, he will also share rice. Don't use the rice yardstick to campaign against the Balami Tinubu, because rice becomes a culture of, he just said all kinds of rubbish, but trying to be making sense. But I want you guys to watch.
This might sound unethical, but listen with your ethical mind. If the person you think is a better person to lead Nigeria will also win, he will also need to share rice. Yes. Maybe even share more rice. Yes. Holier than thou won't get you anywhere. Not because that is what you intend to do, but because that's the language the people understand.
Where is the gateway?
Get there first and do the right thing. This is not even the mindset of the end justifies the means. This is you understanding culture, people's psychology, and know that before it will take it to change their mind that they should not take this thing, it will take long and things without sport. So do this while you can. What am I saying? The real builders also need street wisdom. Don't think that because you are building, you get what you need. No. You need the wisdom of those getting it. But you know you are building. Even the entrepreneurs that think they are building, they should add lifestyle marketing to their companies. Not because that's their metric for success, but because it seems like this is the language the financiers understand. Get their money and use it to build. But don't get lost in it. It's the wisdom, it's the balanced wisdom we need. I know I'm the right person for the job. I'll still give you 5,000 naira to vote for me. If you think I'm evil, yes, I agree. But let me get there first. Because the people that don't want to get there will share it and still get there. Yes. I'm for me, I don't want to do it. It's the truth. Some people will not take the 5K because they even understand what they want to use it for. But because they are hungry. Do you know what is hunger? You know that you will come back and send their children to school. You know you will come back and provide jobs. But right now, the only language they understand is let me feed today. You not listening to that their need is you not having their ears. And the people that can answer to their need would have their ears. And they will go out in troops to vote for them. The financiers also need to see the cosmetics as you are solving the functional problem.
Now that you have watched the video, but I want you guys to listen to Mr. Common Sense response to Mr. Adesina. I want you guys to watch what he said. We'll be right back.
You can argue they don't need to share rice. Okay, you can argue that that example looks really, really unethical, like he said. But the truth is, it is stupidity to play fair in a system rigged against you. You may have to look for a way to create a direct opposite, create an alternative to what these guys are doing so that you can get your way into it. Because there are no ways to get into power. It is either you join them to get to power, then change or alter the culture, or you do a long-term strategy plan, long-term, and that could take years and decades and even not centuries to changing this culture. Because as I talk to you now, the culture here is very simple. And it's not just about the artisans and the poor people, the people in the rural areas, the jobless. No, it is a culture here. Professors have prize. Organizations, pressure groups have got prizes. NMA, MBA, they have prize. Born, all of these professional bodies, they have prize. They have prizes. Youth corpers have prize. Vice chancellors have prizes. Everybody. These guys are not just buying the artisans and the poor people, they are buying even the educated. It is a culture. Culture, we eat education for breakfast. Culture, we eat ideology for breakfast. Culture, we eat patriotism for breakfast. Let that sink. Culture is the iOS. Culture. That is the operating system. Yes, that is the operating system. Why strategy is the application. No matter how good an application is, it will still need to run on the operating system. And what is the operating system here? This is it. We either join in what they do now and get to power, or wait, do a long-term plans. And that's why some very brilliant minds like Patu Tuomi and the rest of them, great guys, will never have a chance to get into power because the culture has swallowed their nobility for breakfast. Culture determines behavior, determines how people do the things that they do. And it also affects how people, the habits of everybody, everyday habits of everybody. Culture. What is the culture of the Nigerian people? If you understand this, you know. Like I said, don't take everything additional and say. You don't need to share rice. But what is your understanding of the culture of the people? And how are you going to get to power? We must understand that, you know. For this country to succeed, we must build a strong and healthy culture. We must reward quality, noble cultures. Because at the moment, it's all bad. So whoever wants to penetrate this system must be ready to break into the culture. Either you break into this culture to change, to alter the culture there, or you do a long-term planning in looking for ways to leak out this culture, reward good culture. You are replacing this operating system with another operating system so that the application will naturally update itself. It will update itself and there will be change. That's the only way. Let's not stop deceiving ourselves. There's so much to do. The disadvantage we have with our political culture now is that the people that are supposed, usually in other clans, it is the opposition that induces the people so that they can get to power. But here, the people who are in charge are the ones still inducing. That's where it gets messy. They are the ones still inducing. So they are doing two-factor authentication. That means that they are not going to put in the effort to empower the people and put them out of poverty because they have understood the culture to know that they rather induce than to actually work. Culture.
All right, this is where we're going to end this video. You have listened to all of this video, but I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. One question: why is everybody talking down on Peter Obi? Peter Obi, Peter Obi. Everybody that, I'm not talking about the obedient or the reasonable Nigeria, but I'm talking about everyone that's in the cabinet of the APC and the cabinet of the PDP, the cabinet of the AAC, and the cabinet of other political parties like Labour Party, ADC. Everybody focus is on Peter Obi. They're not talking about the ruling party. They're not talking about any other person. Is Peter Obi, oh, Peter Obi this, Peter Obi is not yet the president, but I don't know why they hate him to that length. Anyway, but I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section to tell me, what do you make out of this video? What are your opinions? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. I love you guys. Until we meet again. Peace out.